There we go.
Cool.
Yep.
Sorry.
That was weird. Alright, now we're going to start getting into some of the more popular areas. We're going to end up running into other tours. Who's got the camera now? Do you have it? Perfect. So at the end of this street on the corner, you're going to see a yellow building, a brick, and then you're going to see a regular brick building in the front. That's Bocce's Restaurant. Bocce's Restaurant used to be... Oh, you shut it off? Okay, so let's just make sure we're getting more recordings. We're going to get this little guy. And we're going to see. There we go. Alright, so Dylan. Interesting. So that brick building is Bocce's. Was sold back to the city in 2015 because it is so haunted. Bocce said, "Hell no, we're out of here."
Oh really? How long were they there? For?
I'd say about a decade, roughly.
Really?
It could be wrong. I'm gonna actually send you up there to try to take some quick snapshots. Because we're gonna go to Philadelphia Alley and then you can kind of meet us there. There's a guy in the yellow part. Those are apartments back there.
Okay.
And I had the thermal imaging camera, like I had my person filming, and he came out and just had a hissy fit.
Okay.
So I want to see if we can actually capture anything out of those windows. My daughter has captured some shadows in the past, so if we can actually capture some more. What actually happens there is the doors don't stay shut. Things move around. Nobody's in it now. If I were to actually start a Stories in the Cemetery shop and have a haunted hotel rent out, that would be the place.
Okay.
So hopefully I would make millions.
Gotcha.
Like I would literally, there would be a ghost kit in every room.
Oh, okay.
And I would rent it out as a haunted hotel stay.
Okay.
Because it's that.
It's that haunted.
Okay.
Big John's would be another place for me.
Okay.
We're looking at 2.4 million for this guy, and like 1.8 for Big John's.
Okay.
But they're apartments up there, so it would be, we would make it luxurious, of course.
Yeah.
And then everybody would have a ghost kit that goes in their room, an hour training session with me to show them how to use all the gadgets, and then they would join the tour, and then they can go back to their room and do their own seance or whatever they want to do. Like that would be the ideal job. But the downstairs would be a retail shop of supernatural books and ghost hunting equipment.
Okay.
That would be kind of the deal. It'd be a little coffee shop basically for people that love this paranormal.
Yeah.
And why has this been so haunted again? I know you.
There's no reason why this place should be so haunted, because that building was built in 1990.
Okay.
And I can't find anything about previous addresses of what was there prior, but everybody knows that Bocce's was haunted as hell. And things just like the people would lock up and things would not be locked up the next day. A mirror fell off the wall and did not break. So for me, knowing enough about the supernatural and paranormal, mirrors can be portals. And if they fall off the wall and don't break, that just means whatever was coming out held it intact as they got out. So that's kind of my theory behind that.
I didn't know that mirrors can be portals.
Yep. And stay away from black mirrors. That's a... Well, you won't, because it's not something you're going to go to a store and find at Walmart or Target.
Right.
So you have to seek it out. Like they're kind of a... I think most people have a stigma with a Ouija board, right? I say the word Ouija board, I think it kind of gets creepy. Black mirror is probably about 100 times worse if you don't know what you're doing. Now, again, I use not since a Ouija board, but a spirit board. There is a difference. Ouija is by Milton Bradley.
Right.
It's a toy. But an actual spirit board, if it's blessed properly, I mean, it can be used as a very educational tool.
Okay.
You know, and my daughter has questions. And so I sit down with her and we don't use it, we talk about it. You know, her mother bought her one in Myrtle Beach. And I was like, where's the planchette? She's like, well, Mom took the planchette. That's the piece she used to move around.
Okay.
So I said, good. So you basically want it as decoration. Now we're going to talk about what it can actually do.
Okay.
So she gets her education from it. She's curious.
Okay.
So I'm going to send you up there to shoot a couple pictures, just to try to capture the windows and then scoot right back to the alley.
The windows?
Yeah, mainly. Do you know how to zoom on that thing?
Sure.
The zoom is right here, the T.
Okay.
So you're going to, the T is closed, W is wide, so that makes it easier. So shoot a couple pictures.
You remember those cameras?
Yeah, right?
You got one. Yeah. the old digital cameras before everybody had phones.
Yeah. It was actually hard to find something like that. I had to wait.
I bet it was.
I mean, for me to find what I wanted, I needed something waterproof because of the rain down here.
Right, right.
If somebody drops it, that kind of thing. So my wife, I mean, obviously being in photography, she helped me out quite a bit. But
Yeah.
we dug around. We got a good price on it. All right, let's take a hike.
Okay.
That's fine.
Lies.
No, actually, I kind of figured you're still. I don't know.
And the fact that it's so much fun. So much fun.
I think my shoes.
It
Like,
was twofold.
when I was walking around the house, I just didn't stop.
And then I moved down to Myrtle Beach with my ex-wife and my two kids. We separated. And then we decided too ugly to Myrtle Beach. And we moved down here. This is more our speed anyway. Like, we're big history buffs. Like, you know, all of the... I mean, Myrtle Beach is very carnival style, which is great for when the kids are small.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, it's not very cool.
No, I mean, especially with all the recent things. I think they've lowered the prices too much,
Yeah.
you know,
There's a lot.
because you can attract, you know,
Brick building right there in the corner. Go ahead and go get us a couple of shots. We're gonna walk down here for a bit. Let you capture some.
don't go.
So stay on this side of the street. The very corner building.
You
Right
cried
next to the
when
stop sign.
you came down
No,
with that.
so I'll
Wasn't
be
that a
across
tragedy?
Cute.
You're gonna
Oh,
be on this
so
side of the
cute.
street shooting pictures.
All of your
back.
hearts were just
There's this one
touched.
right there, right at
Right.
Not
Now
just
we're all
touched.
40 years old.
We're all, well, but you're not. I am.
take the thing.
Huh?
I think I was 40 then.
What'd you say?
So,
No, that's where he gets mad
You're
about.
over 40?
being serious?
Are you?
You know I'm over 40.
I didn't know your age.
Well,
Alright, so how's everybody related here? I think I'm lost on who's
I'm
who.
Alicia's cousin. I'm
Okay.
her cousin, and that's her husband, and those are her
Their
children.
kids. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just trying to figure
her
out what the
dad,
dynamic
Alicia,
was.
her dad and Alicia's mom,
Yeah.
mother and sister. Alicia's, well, her dad and Alicia's mom, they all grew up in Charleston.
Okay.
But her mom moved away, you know, when she got married, you know, when she was like 20 years old.
Sure.
But we've never lived here, but we've visited.
Visited often.
Yeah.
Gotcha. This is actually the most peaceful place in downtown. This alley right here.
Oh, cool.
It's really pretty.
It is. Have you ever been here?
I have been.
So even during the daytime, this is how quiet it is. It's amazing how.
So the building she's taking pictures of, that's the most haunted place in Charleston.
No.
Done this right. But
I would put it in the top one.
What's top one? What's number one?
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. But it's the land. It's all about the land.
Yeah.
Whatever they're attached to.
Yeah. I mean, it could be from hundreds of years
Right.
ago, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So a couple of places, and she'll be able to hear this on the audio. We're actually running really over on time, so I'm cutting out a few spots. So
we ask a lot of questions.
that's okay. Right at that stop sign where she's at, like at the very end,
Yeah.
right across from that is the Powder Magazine. That is on paper the
Yeah.
oldest building in Charleston.
Okay.
I will argue that the pink house is 1 year older, and that's on Chalmers Street, and it is haunted. I used to take my people up there, and then I realized tour guides aren't allowed to go over there, so
Okay.
I just stopped going there. But that is, Powder Magazine is super cool. So if you're into war stuff, and I mean,
Yeah.
it served in 11 wars.
Wow.
The walls are 36 inches thick. It's a groin vaulted ceiling. The roof is filled with the sand from 1712. Like it's an important building for
Right
us.
over there.
Yep, and it's a museum. It's like $5 to go in.
Oh, wow.
I got a season pass on Groupon for $7. So I go in all the time. Like
Right.
people claim that it's haunted. I haven't caught anything yet, and I do walk around the EMF and take
Yeah.
some pictures and do what I gotta do. And I've read most of the books that are in there.
Yeah.
But they used to do this kind of thing just in the front yard. You've probably been there. You know how.
I know of the pink house. I haven't.
I'm talking about the Powder Magazine.
No, I've only passed it.
Okay, so the front yard of it is literally as wide as this alley, and it's not very long. And they used to do ghost hunts in there for 2 hours, just trying to find. I can't remember the name of the pirate, the female pirate that's there.
Queen Anne? Is that it?
Is it
I don't know.
Anne Bonny?
I don't know. There used to be a very famous restaurant on Daniel Island called Queen Anne's Revenge, and it was about one of
Queen
the
Anne's
pirate
Revenge
wives.
was one of the ships that came over from
Yeah.
England.
That's right. Queen Anne's Revenge was a ship.
It was based. Well,
Because
I think
Queen
their
Anne
story
was
was.
a queen.
Well, it was
Yeah.
based off a pirate. They
Right.
told a story inside the
Well,
restaurant.
a lot of
yeah.
the founding fathers of Charleston, because there's 7 of them, Berkeley, Colleton, all of our counties basically. They actually most of them battled pirates at some point in time in their
Right.
careers.
Right.
So I mean, they went back and forth from here to Spain to England to wherever. You know, this was a major port.
Major port, right?
Did you get some good pictures?
I think so. On the top right, when I got onto those, because I went to each one, then it was the same moving. So,
Interesting.
Wasn't it?
moving object.
Ah. Yeah, Queen Anne's Revenge, I wasn't sure.
But I remember the restaurant, they told a story of some pirate's wife who had been brutally killed. I don't know, it was really cool. That was a really good restaurant, too.
Sure. I like seafood, I bet.
It was, and then the owner decided just to close it. He was sick of it.
Crazy.
A lot of the houses, well, I told you, Nick, the town we live in, it's a very old town. It's called Alton, Illinois. It was at one time kind of almost like a rival of St. Louis. As they were growing, they were neck and neck, and then complete steel decided to put their head over the St. Louis side. But it's really, yeah, it's really cool. A lot of the homes are in the same. It's not
I don't know. We have friends in common that apparently
There's
are famous.
famous historian.
Yeah, that's the
Troy Taylor. Famous he is, but he's written several books. And
Yeah, because that's really what you mentioned that earlier, and I was kind of like, I want to see who's actually there.
yeah, I don't know about the ghost one.
Alright, so this was every other ghost tour's big finale, which is weird. There's no other tours down here, being Friday night.
Right.
But this is what we now know as Philadelphia Alley.
Okay.
Which, by the way, that's where Elizabeth Pinckney is buried. I was waiting for you guys to tell me Pennsylvania or Philadelphia. I know that's a long thing to say, but even if we got PA or a P or something, it would have been enough to convince me.
Yeah.
So,
We didn't get that?
no.
No PAs, no Phillies?
So this was originally called Cow Alley. Then it was called Dueller's Alley because this is where duels would happen. Okay? 20 paces turn and shoot. And then we now have this Philadelphia Alley after dueling became illegal in Charleston because it's stupid and dumb. But everybody talks about the one duel that happened here, that of the Wisdom Doctor. Please keep in mind it's the legend and myth of Charleston. There were probably thousands of duels that happened here, and we only tell one story. But it's super cool because we have gadgets and the other ghost stores don't.
Right.
So here's the big story. I'm going to give it to you in like 3 minutes. Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd moved down here from Jersey. He's going to get married to a woman named Amanda. Her parents just died. She inherited a bunch of money. The lawyer said, no, you're not getting married yet. Go start your practice somewhere else, and then we'll talk about you two getting married. He comes to Charleston. The coachman that drops him off set him up to be brought to Hill. He's a doctor. So he obviously has money. So passerby says, nope, you're not actually going to stay here. It's not a good place. I'm going to take you somewhere else. His name was Ralph Isaacs. So I do get like references to Ralph all the time. So he takes him to 59 Church Street, which is 1.4 miles from where we are right now. Keep that in mind. So the two become friends. However, the doctor is moving up in the hierarchy of Charleston because his practice is doing well. He's making a lot of money. He becomes the Whistling Doctor because he's so jovial all the time. You can actually Google the Whistling Doctor and this is what you get. So, they used to go see plays, but they had to sit in different seats because of their hierarchy of Charleston. So they used to talk about the plays afterwards as they walked home. One night they go see Richard III. I don't know why it was Richard III in the same story, but apparently it's true. They started arguing about one of the actresses. The doctor loved her, Ralph did not. It turned into an insult party onto the doctor's fiance back home in Jersey, who's on her way down to get married. So, the two get pissed off at each other, they go their separate ways. Ralph writes something in the Charleston paper about where disgraced the doctor is, because all he does is take people of Charleston's money. He's not from here, he's not part of us. The doctor rebuttals with, let's settle this in Doors Alley. So they come down here, the doctor's probably on this side because Church Street is over there, Ralph is down there, they take their 20 paces, they turn, the doctor shoots his gun in the air. He doesn't want to kill his friend, he just wanted to make a point. Ralph, however, took 2 shots below the knees, the doctor drops. Now normally, the loser of the duel would go through this gate over to St. Philip's Cemetery and everybody else would go have a pint and have a party over the winter. That's how life went. Now, he didn't die. He just shot him 1 shot below each knee. So his friends pick him up and they carry him 1.4 miles back home to 59 Church Street, where he dies 10 days later. Yeah. the doctor. He can't hear himself, apparently. Funny thing. So when you're walking down here, this is the most peaceful place in Paris. I promise you that. We're down here every night. We're 1 block away from East Bay Street, a very busy road, and you can't hear a single car. It is said you can hear whistles, the whistling doctor, as you're walking through here, or you can hear gunshots. Now, the 4th of July, we couldn't hear anything. Everybody's like, there's one, I guess another firework. Keep walking. But the whistle I heard one time of something I couldn't, it was very faint, where I couldn't debunk it, to where I could say like somebody's messing with us, because everybody knows the story of the whistling doctor. So people walking by might give a little, kind of mess with you. So, when you're listening to your audio, especially if you're listening to it in the car, turn it up. So that way you can actually hear if there's any whistles in the car. So spirit boxes, by all means, listen to your spirit box camera. Always interested in what comes out of this camera. So again, we have residential at the very end of this, so it'll be 6 friends again. And you're going to notice too, this is one of the Charleston factoid. The bricks are going to get older as we keep going. The bricks you're standing on were placed back in the 1990s. But the ones down there, what's that? Yeah, we're going to keep those low too. Yeah, you need them. Just keep them low. Oh. But once we get to the very end, you're going to see 2 houses on the right. That's when they need to go back. But the bricks down there are actually sun-dried bricks by slave trade, which means they had to turn them every hour so that the sun could dry them, because they didn't have ovens to dry them. That's how they made bricks. You can still see fingerprints, and we have 1 full handprint at the very end. I can show it to you, kind of point it out, if you guys want to check it out real quick, but we have to keep moving because it is right outside somebody's home.
Right.
And we have those all over town. So you can actually look up Charleston handprints, and the Post and Courier, our newspaper, actually did an article on which location to go to those. The wall to our right is original to Cow Alley. So we're talking early 1700s when that was put up. As far as I don't have a case on those bricks down there. So let's take the height and see if we can look up more. What's in this alley? Philadelphia Alley. There's a plaque right in the center if you want to grab a picture of that, and it'll tell you about how it's in Philadelphia Alley.
And I don't know. Are you thinking everything that's happening on this tour, is it being recorded somewhere? Okay. I could have sworn right before you told the story of saying that you might hear whistling. And it was before you said it. So
you didn't even know anything about it?
No.
So we'll have to definitely turn it up as we're walking down here, even as we were chatting up there maybe.
It was right here. You were telling the story, and it was just right before you said you might hear it whistle. I heard it, and I didn't bring it up at the time because I was listening to you. But, yeah.
I was looking to see if we got any words that came through. The latest word is predict. So maybe you're predicting what we're going to hear.
You telling the whistle?
Maybe. Did anybody else hear it? No? Okay. I usually ask if I have skeptics. Do I have non-believers of ghosts on the tour tonight?
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, do you believe or not believe?
Yeah.
I do, but
I would say most of you do.
I don't know.
Haven't really
I
said
don't think
I
anything.
guess maybe. I don't know.
my husband David doesn't believe. He
He's
doesn't.
not sure.
We had one incident in our home that I think made him definitely question for sure. Yeah.
Oh, God. That was freaky.
Did you see that person?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was right behind us, and then he like
That's
disappeared.
why I went off to the
The stair
side.
area?
Yeah.
Isn't there a door with stairs?
Yeah, but that's pretty far down there.
Yeah, I thought he was like right
That was
there.
very weird.
It was weird. I mean, he had a
I
hoodie
wasn't
on.
aware of something.
Like, it was,
Yeah, a modern person.
He was going kind of quick, and then he just like.
yeah, that's why I moved off to the left. I was getting ready to tell you guys, let's make way for him. That is super weird.
All right, light him up, Gab. Light him up. I can't be running all these devices, guys. Come on, get in the game. Now we're gonna go home and do this, right?
There's the plaque for Philly. And what's really cool is you have the St. Philip's Church right behind it. So if you look up, that's St. Philip's Church. Is somebody still following us?
Somebody's at the end of it, for sure.
Somebody just what?
There's
No, at the
people
very
down there
no,
now.
At the very end of the alley.
Oh. But if you look up, you'll see the steeple for St. Philip's Church right above the brick wall. So that's one of the places that we kind of skipped because it's very touristy, I not so much of a ghost hunt. It's more legends and lore, kind of like the
Okay.
Whistling Doctor. But if you want to look up a picture of Susan Howard Hardy, I don't show the picture on my tour, but there's a sign right outside St. Philip's that says the only ghost at St. Philip's is the Holy Ghost. And it's because in 1888 a woman died 10 days after her stillborn child, and 1988 there was pictures taken of a full apparition, and Kodak couldn't even debunk the picture, so that's why that sign is. They don't show the picture because it's cursed to women that hold it. So it's
Don't take a picture with it. I'm good.
well, no, the picture is online. So if you were holding it on your phone, you would start to get that queasy.
I thought you were saying don't take the picture.
No,
But you might have to I'm not watching anything. I just added that word.
we got one more spot to go.
Worn out?
Pretty quiet, aren't they?
Worn out?
They did a little paddleboarding today.
Apparently, maybe I'll bring the stool down.
I fell off once, but I don't know. I didn't
How
have
many times
to.
have you been?
Those are like racing
Only
to
once.
you.
Oh,
she's
she's
only
like
been
twice.
once,
7
guys.
times.
Once.
Twice.
One up it.
Twice as in today? Or twice this morning?
Oh wow.
And again, this is somebody's home, so you don't have to keep it down. There's some fingerprints here. One of you want to hang back to show her. I'm going to sneak around the corner so I don't get fined.
Okay.
For being in a residential area. Where's it at?
Right here.
Oh wow, that's pretty obvious.
Oh, I see.
Look at that.
Oh wow.
Alright. Everybody good?
Yeah.
You got Alicia?
She's done.
Okay.
Yeah, that one crack is on.
You need to be filming that brick building for me. Just kind of move it around slow. Let's see what happens there. Let me tell you guys what happens here. So, this brick building that's catty corner from us, that was part of our cotton industry. So it is now condos in the back, and it is going to be a wedding reception area. So, with that said, there's a lot of construction right there, which kind of disrupts what we're doing. So the last guy that owned this was part of the cotton industry was George Ferrer, so it's another George. He inherited the business from his dad. He had no idea what he was doing. He was a silver spoon kid. Just got himself into a bunch of events. Did I say that on audio? So, he got himself into a bunch of debt, and we also have the boll weevil in town, which is a bug that eats cotton. So he was really up to get all kinds of debt, can't keep the cotton intact. So what's he do? He goes behind the American government and he sells it off to the British. So I told you we're going to end at Pineapple Park.
Yeah.
So Pineapple Park is 2 blocks from there. It wasn't there before, so the British ship pulls up, and the horse and buggies load all the cotton from the warehouse from the back doors right onto the ship. George is watching from the somebody gets too close to the cotton plate, the whole ship goes up in flames. Everybody dies. George watches the whole thing from the second story window. He's already depressed. He's already got himself into a bunch of debt. But now his dad's legacy is gone. So what's he do? He piles up all the furniture, captain's chair on top, swings a noose, and he hangs himself. It was the newspaper kid who came down the next morning with those tapes on the corner that saw him. There was also a crack in the window where apparently a crow got to him first. So it said that you can see the shadow of a swinging corpse on the second story window. That was part of the main reason why I wanted that thermal imaging camera until I learned they can't see the glass. So now I have to look at temperature changes of the glass when she's going to be filming for us. Last night we experimented with some pictures from across the street. Your spirit boxes are a little hard to hear on East Bay Street, so I kind of rely on the one that shows us the words.
Right.
EMF's going to go crazy because it's a main street, so
Right.
it's almost irrelevant. But we're going to actually cross twice and walk alongside of it to see if we can actually, I don't normally get anything out of EMF there, but the other weird thing about this location is it's a hit or miss. Sometimes I get George, but sometimes I also get Zoe. Zoe's from Poogan's Porch. I'm sure you've heard of Poogan's
Yeah.
Porch.
Yeah.
So Zoe St. Amant is the one that died there. She fell downstairs. And Poogan is the dog, the neighborhood dog.
Okay. Where's that at?
That's 1 block away from Philadelphia Alley where we came out. So it's, again, residential, so we can't necessarily go there.
Is that still a restaurant?
Yeah, really good food. So when I go there, I open up my app and I put it on the center of the table
Okay.
and just watch to see what it does. You can see Zoe in the mirrors, that's the legend there, or kids will feel Poogan pulling on your pant legs. Zoe is also spelled without a Y. I've had her name pop up at this location twice.
Z-O-E. Wow.
And I've also gotten stairs, but I also get like fire, ship, British,
Okay.
cotton, insects, that would be the boll weevil.
Right.
You know, those kind of things. So I get all kinds of data at this, but again, sometimes it's dead as a doornail, no
Right.
pun intended,
Right.
or sometimes I'm getting both of them trying to talk to me. The other night, Zoe, I asked her, what kind of business did you have? And I got restaurant, like plain as
Right.
day, auto.
Right.
Really cool stuff.
Wow.
So we're going to cross legally twice. We're going to go straight and then to the right. And then we're going to walk alongside of the building and wrap on the front and see if we can find out, I guess. So, listening to Spirit Box on the way up there, it's just when you're on East Bay, the main street, it gets a little tough to hear.
I want to do that. Can we not do the beans anymore? Lasers. Are the lasers okay through here or no?
No, this are, people live here. These are condos.
What kind of business do you have?
Hot.
So let's see what we have.
What an edgy question. Did you hear it?
My dad?
No, he was like, the pandemic. What is the name of the pandemic?
Yeah.
What an edgy
That was my
question.
dad.
That was his dad.
Yeah.
That was him.
Tell me what your restaurant was named after. Who was your restaurant named after? You just say dog. I'm okay with that. Dog? Okay. I'll take that. Can you tell me the dog's name? What other word within your restaurant's name? Porch. Again, I get all kinds of things. So whenever I say things in the audio when you're listening, just rewind it so you can hear it again. You can hear exactly what I hear. So I try to keep it close to the audio. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. All right, so it's Zoe here tonight.
That's true.
Yes.
Okay.
So I asked if she was with us. I got a yes. I know, like I said, I try to stay away from yes or no questions. But then I asked, what was your name, your restaurant named after? I said, you can tell me dog, you can tell me his name, whatever. I got a very growly Poogan.
Okay.
Again, I say it so you guys can rewind it and hear it for yourselves. I was like, you can say dog if you want to. And I got dog, like super quick.
Really?
So again, I feel like we got Zoe here. But I don't know if pictures from across the street on this building would be relevant. However, pull that gadget out. So what I've been testing, I told you guys I have a bunch of thermometers that I use. Now, this particular building is colder than the rest of the buildings around us. So we've been testing that, and I thought at first it might have been the breeze coming in off the water. However, we'll take the temperature right there. We got 66. Did you guys see me there at the very tip?
Yeah.
If I take this temperature, I got 78.9. So 79 degrees. That's a 13-degree difference over a, what, 6-7 foot?
Right.
You take the temperature.
Now, if things get cooler with your activity,
Yes,
Yes.
always colder.
Yes.
Okay.
Always. So we got 66, 79, right?
Big difference.
Really loud on the audio. So sorry. And I got 71.2. I know that's even if I had a customer when I was gadget, he just shooting everything. I'm like, dude, people live here, they work here, you can't be doing that. Because he was hitting windows and everything else. But at the same token, we had a very general heated area. Because again, heat rises, right?
Yep.
So there's no reason for that very tip up there. And my certain like goes all the way to front. So that's 84. That's 82. That's 80. What? So yeah, sure. Right.
That's all good.
So that's not even a window. That's a flat right there. That's actually where it's warmer. We got 82. This is right up here is where it gets really warm. This was 4.5. For me, and again, we got the venue right here. We got the water. It's technically about 3 blocks away because Pineapple Park can count for a whole block. Right. And again, heat should rise.
Right.
This is the venue. This is the bar and restaurant. And actually, it's got a rooftop bar. So the blog post I did on the Plaza building, I took the pictures from up there. So that way I can actually get the flag nice and straight. Well, it takes me a lot of but as you can see, like when I have all the gadgets running, there's different experiments to run at different places to see what's actually happening. So again, Zoe here, my spare box is still running, so I don't know what else came up. I got depression. I told you guys this George is depressed. So that's got the word float, and that's weird.
What era was this? The George and all that.
I'll give you a year. I gotta pull up my own blog. Is that bad? I wrote it and can't remember. Let's see.
Said you got the word float?
Yeah.
Gray.
1890. And here's pictures of what it used to look like back in those times.
Zoe's from the same era? Or
Zoe would be the same era.
Okay.
So they probably knew each other. Somehow.
Okay.
That much I do know. I want to say she died in like 1915, 1919, somewhere in that range.
Okay. That was a little bit after he died, right?
Right. Well, this was just the era of this particular building when
Gotcha.
when his family owned it.
Gotcha.
As you can see, like that's the view from up there. And then I wanted I think the very top shows the
So is it every time you shot that you get?
No.
Oh, really? Okay.
So it was just a few nights ago. They were within like 5 degrees.
Okay.
But I would tell you that some nights it goes all the way up to a difference of 30 degrees. Holy! Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like that's a big difference over a 5 foot gap.
that's from where to where?
That's from the like if you look at the like tan cement on the very edge, and then the next little accent cement, same color.
Okay.
So again, yeah, I mean we're talking. I'm going to say 6 to 7 feet to be safe.
Yeah.
So, and that's where you think Zoe is?
No,
Ish.
that's why I think this whole building is haunted because we have different temperatures raging all over. Now this was also a brewery.
Where was he? Where was the guy hanging from? Right.
On the second story. I don't know which window. But again, the kid that found him would have been down here.
Right.
And we do have a cracked window there, which was kind of ironic when I didn't even notice it until my guest from last night said, hey, there's a cracked window up there like in your story.
Yeah, but are these original windows?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And it was just ironic that she pointed it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
But again, it was the brewery even had its own content. 'Cause that's one of the reasons why they left, because the activity here was just too much for them.
Oh,
Cold
really?
spots they couldn't explain. The taps would turn on and waste product without anybody touching them. Like all kinds of stuff would happen in here. And I guess the third floor furniture used to move around. But again, I say the second story because depending on which legend you read online, it'll say second or third. So one night we did a full EVP session with George because he was out here acting with us. And I said, what floor were you on? And we got second and then the number 2. So
Okay.
second and 2 to me solidifies
Yeah.
it was the second floor, not the third. Which is ironic because I think it's the third floor that the brewery used for storage where all the furniture used to move around. Yeah, and now they're going to turn this into a wedding reception area. 4 floors. So we got 3 indoor floors and then a rooftop. But it's waterfront. So they'll get probably $50K
Oh, yeah.
because they're going to have a 10-star restaurant in here to cater.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing the exact same ideas like I'm doing with what I want to do with my store when I open that up. They're expanding the streams of revenue. So not to mention the condos in the back are probably about 1,000 square feet each, and they're probably paying close to $2,000. And that's Charleston.
Yeah.
You know, you live here. It's expensive. So guys, I'm actually going to call it a wrap. What did you guys think?
I liked it.
So I'll be interested to hear and watch and kind of give you guys your quick analysis of
Yeah.
what we actually
Yeah.
captured.
Yeah, me too.
And again, with all the collectives, I usually take care of the camera first, make sure we were recording all night. So we do have